You may not wear a cap and gown. You may not have a shelf full of degrees or awards, but that doesn't mean you aren't wise. Wisdom doesn't always arrive with applause. Sometimes it shows up in quiet choices, unnoticed sacrifices, and lessons earned through years of living, not reading. And today, Moha, I want to remind you, you're wiser than you think, because wisdom isn't loud. It's not boastful. It doesn't walk into a room demanding attention. Wisdom often sits quietly in the corner, observing, listening, and only speaking when necessary. You've lived through storms, lost people you loved, fell down, got back up. You've watched time take away things you once held close, and yet you're still here, still breathing, still learning, still becoming. That, my friend, is wisdom. And maybe no one ever said this to you. Maybe you've doubted your worth. Maybe you've questioned whether your life has meant anything to others. But let's look a little closer at the signs. Signs that wisdom has been with you all along. 1. You've learned when not to argue. You don't waste energy trying to change someone's mind anymore. You understand that peace is better than being right. That letting go of ego creates space for calm. That walking away doesn't mean weakness. It means strength. 2. You know how to sit with your own silence. You don't panic in stillness. You've made peace with solitude, because you've discovered that the deepest conversations often happen within. 3. You've stopped chasing what doesn't belong to you. There was a time you tried to fit in, to please, to be what others needed. But now, you honor your boundaries. You understand that anything meant for you won't require you to shrink. 4. You've forgiven people who never said sorry, not for their sake, but for your own healing. You no longer carry the weight of old wounds. You've turned your pain into wisdom and your scars into strength. 5. You've accepted that not everyone will understand you, and that's okay. You no longer need everyone's approval. You've stopped explaining your story to people who only want to judge, not listen. 6. You can feel joy in small things. A warm cup of tea, a sunny morning, the sound of birds, the laughter of a child. You don't need grand experiences to feel full anymore. You've discovered contentment, and that's rare. 7. You've made peace with your past. It no longer haunts you the way it used to. You've cried over it, learned from it, and grown beyond it. 8. You know when to rest. Not just your body, but your spirit. You know when to pull back, when to say no, when to pause and breathe. You understand that rest is not laziness, it's sacred. 9. You've stopped measuring yourself against others. You've realized that comparison is the thief of joy. You're no longer racing anyone. You're walking your own path, and it's enough. 10. You still believe in kindness, even after all you've been through. Even after betrayal, heartbreak, and loss. You still choose kindness. You still offer a smile. You still listen when someone needs to talk. And that greatest sign of wisdom of all. You see, being wise doesn't mean having all the answers. It means asking better questions. It means being curious, not just clever. It means being strong but soft, firm but compassionate, rooted but open. Maybe you weren't told this growing up. Maybe you weren't celebrated. Maybe your name isn't in books. But your life, your journey, your survival, that is the story. That is the degree. That is the proof. You've grown through every season. You've bent but didn't break. You've stumbled but never stopped. You carry a quiet grace that only life can teach. And whether you realize it or not, people feel it when they're around you. They feel safer, calmer, seen. So the next time you doubt your value, the next time you feel like time has passed you by, remember, you're not behind. You're not irrelevant. You're not forgotten. You're wiser than you think. And you're exactly where you're meant to be. And if no one's told you this lately, I'm proud of you. Not because you're perfect, but because you're real. You're growing. You're healing. You're becoming, even now. So don't stop. There are still people who need your words, your story, your wisdom, and your quiet light in a noisy world. If this message touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Evergreen Wisdom, because your life experience is the wisdom someone else is still searching for.